So hello everyone, and today we'll be seeing one of the problem from Leetcode. It says find missing elements. The problem is simple. You are given an integer array nums consisting of unique integers. Originally, nums contained every integer within a certain range. However, some integers might have gone missing from the array. The smallest and largest integers of the original range are still present in nums, and we need to return a sorted list of all the missing integers in the array. If no integers are missing, return an empty list. So these are few of the examples. You have 1, 4, 2, 5, and clearly 3 is missing out of it from the range 1 to 5. And likewise, for example 2 we don't have anything missing, and example 3 we have all those 3 things missing. Now what are the things we absolutely and definitely have? Okay, let me choose an interesting language. Go. Yeah, we are given with an information that elements are unique and minimum value and maximum value are already present with us. So with this information we can traverse from minimum value to maximum value, going from this direction to this direction and figuring out that whether an element is present or not. So figuring out, but how does this figuring out would look like? We have an array, obviously. Shall I just look up within the array bluntly? So if a number is present in array, yeah, sure, I can do that, but nonetheless it will take time complexity of n cross n, so n square. But do we want that? No. So we wanted a quick lookup so that for our n integers we can have O of one lookup time. So for n integers we have n of one lookup time would be n cross 1. One lookup time would be with the help of a hash map. So yeah, we can use a hash map to understand whatever number we have seen so far, and then we can get started in. So without any further ado, let's get started. So I have, I wanted to get from minimum value and maximum value first. So let me understand that. Within nums of 0, nums of 0, initially I'm assigning both of them to the initial value which we have seen. Also I wanted a map, so I'll say a scene map, which would be nothing but I'll make a map for integer to struct. So don't worry about this pattern, it's just a way of having an integer map mapping to any of the object. I can use boolean, but struct is generally what is preferred if you had to have such kind of standard set oriented set oriented structure. So default I'll just use nums.length because you can keep it 0, but I'll just set the capacity initially. Now I have map, I have initial values of min and max. Let's populate min and max. So for each number within nums, range of nums, I can understand that if minimum value would be minimum of min value comma n, and similarly max value would be maximum of max value comma n. Likewise, once the loop is completed, I know what is minimum and maximum. I can just iterate from I, which would be from minimum value plus 1 to I less than max value, and I will go I plus plus. I wanted to have a result which would be, I'll make up an array of integer array, and ultimately I would be returning that integer array result. Since we are going sequentially from minimum to maximum, we are guaranteed to have a sorted. and that is the reason uh, it it will just return us a sorted list without any further modifications or changes. Cool. Now I wanted to understand whether the value is present or not. I don't care about the value because I already know I've seen it or not. So I'll just say okay, it is present or not for scene map, or I'll just say better variable at scene map of I. So if not seen this value, then just append that, append within result this I, and this keeps on going and going until and unless we have reached the maximum value, and in the end we'll return the result list. Let's compile this one. Okay, we have one wrong answer. Not sure how it is wrong in this case because we have used minimum max. Okay, we using minimum and maximum. We have not this. I guess I should remove this one completely, or would that make any difference? This is cool, this is weird. Scene map of I is not okay, then we are going with this. So output we are getting 2, 3 and 4, where 2 is already present. Oh yeah, the problem lies over here because I have never used the scene map. So I need to populate as well within scene map, right? So I'll populate each number n with struct of any empty value. The problem was very simple. I have not populated and I was using the lookup. So yeah, the sample test case has been passed. Let me try to submit this one. And yeah, it has passed rest of all the test cases. This was pretty simple problem. It followed the data structure pattern from hashing, and for more such hashing related content, click the video on your right, and I will see you in the next one.